Hello everyone, welcome to this short practice. This is going to be a chair practice. Maybe you want to use some yoga blocks. You could bring the yoga blocks with you to the chair, or maybe you want some pillows. So let's start by sitting on the edge of our chair. So I'm wiggling to the edge, really planting my feet into the ground. I like to keep my legs a little bit wide to make room for my belly. Maybe you want to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And we'll take a few breaths here. Notice how your body's feeling in this moment. You feel the air coming into your belly and then coming out. Do you notice that there's like an expansion in your body when you inhale? And then like a contraction, like it's getting smaller. Maybe you can feel that in your chest as well. Noticing as your body fills up with air and that relaxation in your muscles as you exhale. You want to shake out your hands, shake out your neck, not too fast, you don't want to hurt yourself. We can raise our arms up towards the sky. Take a breath and then bring them down. Bring them up again. Take a breath while they're here and then bring them down. Maybe we want to take one hand down one side, raise the other one up for a side stretch. We can bring that down. We can do the same thing on the other side. Making sure you're breathing here in whatever way works for you. We can do a little twist. I'm going to take one hand, bring it to the opposite leg or the belly. Bring that other hand to the back of the chair. Option to look behind you over that back shoulder. Taking a breath. And then we can come back. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Breathing. Noticing where you feel sensation. And then coming back to center. Maybe you want to wiggle, shake things out a little bit. I'm going to grab the blocks. I'm going to bring them down towards the ground in front of me. I'm also going to sort of move stuff out of the way. So I have room on either side. I'm going to bring these down in front. Sitting tall. Maybe we want to raise up our hands. And then I'm going to hinge forward at my hips, coming down, bringing my belly in between my legs. I can actually use my hands and squeeze my belly to make space if I want. Lower my hands down to blocks. If you want to bring them to pillows, you can, or you can bring them to the ground. If you don't have any pillows or blocks, you can hold them on your legs somewhere. We're really intending the top of our head towards the mat. And then maybe we want to come up a little bit. Maybe we want to bring our shoulders back and our hands down by our sides. Option to bring our hands up towards our head. Maybe we want to take them back a little bit behind our head for a little bit of a back bend. And then coming back to neutral. We can hinge down one more time, bringing our body down through our legs, moving it as needed. Looking down, bring your hands down to wherever is comfortable. And then we can slowly rise up again, raising up our hands, bringing them back behind our head, maybe chin towards the sky. And then lower our hands down, wiggle it out a little bit. Now maybe we want to do some movement in our legs. So option to lift up one foot off the mat, alternating a little bit. And you don't have to come very far up. You can just come a little bit off the ground. You choose. And now we have the option of taking our leg. Let's start with our right leg. We can lift it up like we did before, and then we can open it up towards the side and put it down. And we can bring it back, lift up the opposite one, opening it up. And we can do small steps or bigger movements here. So you choose which one you want. The other thing you could do is you could take something like a block. It doesn't have to be a block. Could be a pillow. Could be anything. Putting it beside your foot, and that way you have a guide of trying to go over top of it without hitting it. The taller the object is that you use, the more challenging this might be for you. We could also, the next time you bring your foot out, leave it there, and then bring the other one out, and then we get a little more of a stretch here. Option to take your hands, pushing on your sort of inner thigh a little bit, and that might open up your hip. You might feel more intense stretch here. We could take a breath, and then maybe we want to bring them back again and shake it out. We could tap our toes in front, or tap our heel in front, toes up towards the sky, bringing it back, alternating. Maybe noticing when you really think about raising your toes up, what do you feel on the back line of your leg? Does it feel the same on both sides? Exploring that. We could lift them out to the side and stretch again, and then bring it back. So we're doing that hip opener and stretching it out. So combining them, opening up, stretching it out, toes towards the sky. And then maybe we want to bring it back. This time, maybe we can tap forward with our toes pointed. See what that's like. Does that feel different? Does you feel anything different in the front of your leg? And then again, maybe we want to do that up and tap with the toe pointed. Maybe the next time we leave a toe pointed, we can leave it out. Think about sitting up tall. So for me here, my toe is pointed out to the side. You could turn it a little bit if that feels better in your foot. So now mine's on a little bit of an angle rather than out straight. We could sit up tall here. Maybe we want to take the same hand as the leg that's out, lower it down, raise the other arm up and look up towards it. Breathing here, maybe looking down and then up again, noticing how that feels on your neck. And then we can lower that back down. Before bringing this leg in, let's try to bring this other leg out. So up and out and pointed. And now see how this feels. How does this feel on our legs? Notice if you have a bend in your knee or if your legs are straighter. Both are okay. We're just exploring sort of what our body naturally does. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you want to think about, if your hands are at your hips like mine, maybe you want to think about bringing your elbows back towards one another. That might open up the chest a little bit. Maybe you want to put your chin towards the sky. Breathing. And then letting go of the shoulder blades, relaxing the shoulders a little bit. You'll bring that leg back in, and now we have the opposite leg out. And again, option to turn the toes in a way either straight out or turn. I have to turn because I have a spill here. Figuring out what's better for you. And we'll take that same hand to the leg that's out and raise it up towards the sky. Option to look up or down or both. Noticing how this feels, and then coming back, bringing that foot back in and shaking things out. Taking a few breaths here. Notice how this practice felt for you. Maybe you want to round your shoulders and then bring your shoulder blades back together, alternating. As we think about sort of how this felt in our body, did you enjoy this movement? Was there any other types of movement that your body's craving? If so, take them. If there's something else you want to do here, you go for it. And I want to thank everyone so much for this practice. Maybe you want to send some gratitude to yourself. And I hope to practice again soon.